Now we're going to hear from Professor George Bodeker. He's worked at Oxford, Harvard, and Columbia Universities, and he's now chairman of Mental Wellness Initiative of Global Wellness Institute. The initiative has spotlighted a list of top 10 trends in mental wellness in 2021, definitely worth reviewing. Self-care, followed by connection with others, connection with nature, cultural inclusivity and connectedness, safety and security, faith, access to mental health intelligence and therapy, plant-based nutrition, and savubona. Joining now, Gerry Bodeker and Margareth Brepohl, a clinical psychologist and co-owner of Lapina Wellness Center, a leader for many years in healthy living, approaches based on integrative medicine from Brazil. Welcome them.
Thank you very much, Cassie. It's a great pleasure and an honor to be here with you in the second Never Alone Summit. Things have continued to be far more serious than we thought they would be. And that's changed the way that we look at mental wellness. I chair, as Cassie has said, the Mental Wellness Initiative of the Global Wellness Institute. And we've just released our 10 mental wellness trends for 2021. The Mental Wellness Initiative aims to understand those pathways that help people stay well and thrive mentally as well as physically. And what we've found as the leading trends right now, number one is self-care. We all know that that's important, but somehow it's become a priority with the pandemic and its continuation. The next trend we've identified is connection with others, that the never alone concept is really critical for our mental well-being, and that we need to work at being connected with others. The third trend we've identified, which is a continuing one from previous trends, is connection with nature, the restorative power of nature. If it's our garden, if it's a park, if it's a woodland, a forest, all of these help us. If it's the beach, all of us are helped by connecting with nature. The fourth trend, we're looking at cultural inclusivity and connectedness. We've seen with, particularly in the US, with the George Floyd killing and Black Lives Matter response, the Asian prejudice that's risen, that's all rippled around the world. And to counter that, there's this move towards cultural inclusivity and connectedness. The next trend we've seen is around corporate recognition of mental wellness. Companies really frontlining mental wellness programs, the corporate sector investing in mental wellness in terms of app development, intelligence, and so on. The sixth trend is safety and security. We all are feeling the need to be safe and secure, and working on our safety and security is critical to our mental well-being at this time. The seventh trend we've identified is a greater move towards recognition of a higher universal force or power or organizing influence and alignment with that. The next and eighth trend is accessibility of mental health and wellness intel and therapy, far more available and acceptable than in the past. The second last and ninth trend is plant-based nutrition. And the numbers are doubling in terms of the number of people becoming vegan, the size of the plant-based nutrition market. People are becoming very conscious of the role of nutrition and the gut-brain axis in our mental well-being. And the final trend, there's a Zulu expression, savubona, which means I see you. Not just I hear you, I see you, I connect with you, I get the wholeness of you. This is really becoming an expanded sense of connectedness for us. One of the members of the Mental Wellness Initiative, my close colleague, Margareth Brepohl, a psychologist in Brazil, is here with us and will tell us how many of these trends are part of the work that Margaret, her husband Dieter, and their large team in Brazil are working to enhance mental wellness in the people who come to them, but also in the surrounding local community. Margaret, please share with us your experience.
Yes, thank you, Gerry. Thank you for being part of this movement, Never Alone Summit. And it's really a challenge for us here in Brazil. We've been severely hit by this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic. And we see some light because mass vaccination is happening and death rate is diminishing. We are in this center here for a half century now. I'm third generation. And all of these trends we've been practicing, being in nature, plant-based, it's an organic farm. But one of these trends, the connection, is very, very important at this moment. People who come now for us, they're eager to connect with others. And also, as a religious country, people are eager also to find meaning and belonging. So this need to search spirituality and also to have this dialogue with I, Tao, it's also a very important trend at the moment. We are 160 people working here. It's a local community. We are out in the countryside, and many who work here, they belong to families that also work here. So that gives a sense of community. So people that come from urban areas, they love to be embraced by this sense of family. And we see the tendency, a trend that people prefer to choose for collective activities now. Before pandemics, they came and they wanted to be pampered. They wanted to go for massage, for aesthetic, or just go for a walk. And now we see a good change. They choose to be together. If there's a yoga class and more people, they want to go for that. If they go for the early walk morning, 6:30 a.m., they want to go and talk. So we see this difference in people's attitude. And also what we are experiencing is people's sense of gratitude. Before they would complain if something was not so good, but now they show gratitude for almost everything. So this sense of thankfulness, we see also in their tips, they give more tips when they go away. So our staff, we are all surprised to see this change, people eager to be connected, to belong, more open to the divine. They want to thank someone for life, for health, and they are also more concerned about others. So it's been a real for us, not a pleasure, but a joy to see that people out of this pandemic, they are flourishing in their potential of becoming more human. And that's part of our work here. We want to help people to experience mental wellness. And part of mental wellness is not only to go for self-care. It's important. It's important to look after oneself. But this connectedness is something that will make our world better. And that's our mission and vocation here.
Beautiful. Thank you, Margaret. And I think that hearing the voice from the South, from Brazil, reminds us that the world really is experiencing, we could say, two pandemics. One that is coming under control in the industrialized North, and one that is raging quite out of control in the South. And A virus knows no borders, so we can't really consider ourselves safe anywhere until we're safe everywhere. And I think that's why the experiences you've shared are so important for us to hear, that people really are going to a deeper level of themselves, of what mental wellness means. And it's related to meaning, it's related to gratitude, it's related to connectedness and engagement. And we probably, as a species, need longer for that to become stabilized and normalized. If we get out of this too quickly, it might just be a memory. My view is we're not going to get out of it quickly because of the two pandemics, and the uncontrolled will spiral back and bite the controlled in due course. We have to be prepared for the long haul, and the upside is these important deep human lessons are there and hopefully will become part of the human experience in the times ahead. Thank you very much, Margaret, and thank you so much to Cassie, to the John W. Brick Foundation, to the Chopra Foundation for this opportunity given to the Mental Wellness Initiative to share our perspectives and experience with you.
Thank you.